Getting started with scent work. So I've got wee Breezy here today and we're going to get started with scent work. So what you need for this, to get started, I like to get started with a snuffle mat. So if you don't know what it is, looks like an explosion of cloth. You can easily get these online and all at pet stores sell them as well. So you can see Breezy's interested. So I'm going to sprinkle some treats, go sniff. And I'm getting Breeze kind of charged up with her nose and kind of telling her that when I say go sniff, if she goes and sniffs, then she'll get rewarded for that. So I'm going to let her snuffle and sniff about there in her snuffle mat while we're talking. So what you need, this would be your first session, do this a few times. In fact, I would do this on a regular basis. If you feed a dry kibble food, this is the best way to feed your dog, or one of the best ways, put it that way. Get them sniffing, snuffling. Sniffing and scent work has a fantastically calming effect on your dog. It uses a part of the brain that really calms them. It involves logic, it involves slow thinking, it involves calmness. And the more your dog practices using that, the better your dog becomes at using that part of their brain, which is absolutely fantastic for reactive dogs. So start off with a snuffle mat, sprinkle some treats, sprinkle some food in the snuffle mat, and say go sniff when you get your dog to do it. So Breeze is now looking at me as if to say, where's the rest of the chicken, mister? So she's lying down as if to say, right, I want more. So we're going to move quickly on. These are the tins I use, so I don't know if you can kind of see them in camera. Little metal tins, I get them off online retail or Amazon. You can get them elsewhere, and it's a little tin. It screws on and off, and it's got holes in the top, so therefore Breeze can smell what's inside. So I've got 3 tins here. I'll start with 1 tin. So you start with 1 tin. So this is an introduction to scent work. This isn't all you do. This is how you get started with scent work to get your dog charged up and ready to go. In later stages, we're going to use fancy stuff like disposable gloves, tweezers, cottonwool balls, gun oil, clove oil, lavender oil, things like that. But we start with food, right? So I'm going to open up the tin and I'm going to pop a bit of chicken in the tin because Breeze likes chicken. If your dog's like cheese, use cheese. If your dog likes liver, use liver. Use what your dog likes and loves. So I'm going to close the tin. I'm going to go put the tin on the ground and say, go sniff. Good. So when she puts her nose towards the tin, I'm going to mark it with good. Open the tin. You can click instead of saying good if you want. And then I'm going to do that again. Okay. So this tin's always going to have the chicken in. I'm going to close up that tin. Go sniff. Good. So Breeze indicated that tin had chicken in. So I marked that with good. And then she gets a bit of chicken out of the tin, don't you, Breeze? And you look quite happy about that. So we're going to do that again. Yeah. Close up the tin, it's got chicken. Go sniff. Good. You can see I'm putting it in a different position every time, and you can see Breeze getting more enthusiastic for the chicken. Now, obviously, when you're doing this training, you're giving your dog extra calories. So be careful that your dog's not getting too many calories and putting on weight, so you may have to cut back their main meal. This is why I use chicken, it's highly nutritional. Go sniff. There you go. So I'm marking it again. You can click it on. My marker is good. I have a video on that on my YouTube channel if you want to see that. So I'm going to do that again because Breeze is now getting it. Okay. So chicken in the tin. Yes. This little Breeze, and you look quite happy about that. You like this game, don't you? Go sniff. Good. There we go. So therefore, thanks to what she's starting to learn there, if I put my nose towards the tin that's got the good stuff in it, I get the good stuff, right? So now what I'm going to introduce, I'm going to complicate it slightly. So I've got 1 tin here with chicken in it, and Breeze looks very happy about that. And then I'm going to get a second tin, which is blank, okay? So, chicken tin, blank tin, okay? Right, come on, Breezy. Come on, Breezy. There you go, good girl, good girl, good girl. Go sniff. Well, she clearly indicated that the second tin had the chicken. She paused at that time and said, that's where it is, Dad. Now, what I'll work on separately, Breeze, is indication, so a much more kind of solid indication. If you wanted to go into competition with this stuff, you would need that. But I'm not bothered about that now. I just want Breeze to tell me, which one's got the good stuff in. Yeah, so I'm going to kind of move her around again. Come on in, Breezy. Go sniff. There you go, she got it right first time there. So this is on 2 tins in the 1 room in the house. And she's doing so well. I'm going to push it a little bit, hopefully not too far. So I'm going to put more chicken in this tin. Sorry, I was off camera there for a slight second. The joys of training in your living room. And then I'm going to go 3 tins. There we go, there's a challenge, there you go. Right, go sniff. There we go. So now she's having to work at it. You know, she's having to use her nose and work at finding the right tin. This is what we want. We want her working her nose, using her nose. If you're doing this, never do this for more than 20 minutes and give your dog a drink of water regularly. Yeah. So she's kind of, let's see, she was pulling that tin though, even though I'm chicken. It could be because my chickeny hand is touching it. So sometimes when you're doing this, when you're using food, your hands start to taint the blank tins, and then you're kind of going, right, okay, she's struggling to discern which one's got the most chicken in. Yeah, right, go sniff. Good. So she hesitated and went back to that tin because she knew it had the chicken in, so that way I know she's indicating the correct tin. Now, as you kind of grow and develop this game, while I'm talking, I'm just going to finish her off there with a snuffle mat so I can talk to you. Hey, Breezy. Right, so back to the snuffle mat. Right, Breeze, go sniffies. There we go, that's it. So scentwork's amazing. It's got such a calming effect on dogs. It's really also probably the best thing you can do with your dog. Any dog can do scent work. Some dogs are particularly suited to it, for example, gun dogs, but your hounds can do scent work brilliantly as well. You'll have such a positive impact on your dog by repeatedly doing scent work in the long term, particularly if you've got a reactive dog. It will really, really help you. As you play this game further, I would go to, this is my living room, I would go to 6 tins in my living room, yeah? And once I think that Breeze is really confident and is really solid at indicating the correct tin every time, or most of the time, I'll go back to 2 tins, but I'll have a tin here and I'll have a tin out in my hall, right? And once she gets good at that, I'll go to 3 tins. So the tins will be between here and the hallway. Then I'll go to 4 tins, 5 tins, 6 tins between here and the hallway. And then I'll spread the tins further across my house. But as I spread them further across my house and garden, every time I increase that level of difficulty, I will reduce the number of tins until eventually I can get 6 tins across my house and garden, send Breeze to go sniff, and she can get it every time. And then at that stage, we'll stop using food and we'll go back to 2 tins in the living room, and we'll get Breeze to discriminate actual specific scents. But that's how you get started today separately, and I will record another video about this, about indication. It's not entirely necessary if you're just having fun with it, but my encouragement would be to do this 2 or 3 times a week because it has such a positive impact on the way your dog uses her brain, and it balances your dog's brain out in a really positive way. So have fun doing it. Send me a video, let me know how you're getting on.